Yo, what's going on, guys? Sekapoko here, bringing you another Genshin Impact video. There's something on my screen right now. It's the letter G. So, I just realized this. I don't know of any way of looking for all the tutorials in the game after you find them. So, I have not pressed G the entire time I've been playing this game. Legitimately, the entire time on this free-to-play account. I'm AR32 right now. I have never pressed G once. I wonder what's going to happen. So take your bets now. How many Primo Gems am I going to get from the start of the game on pressing G? Got chat on the screen. They're putting out different numbers, how many we're going to get. We're finally going to hit G. It's a momentous occasion. Every tutorial in the game. Here we go. Elemental reactions on Superconduct. When Cryo meets Electro, Superconduct occurs, and Superconduct deals AoE Cryo damage and significantly decreases defense for the affected being. Defense, not physical damage. Physical damage reduction like we thought. Okay, moving on. Miraloqua's Anornorgium. When several what? Their power is released. Without the animal abilities, they can combine 3 Animorgaranos with Wind Current. What are Animorgaras? Are those are the crystal flies? What are those? Okay, wooden shield village shows ward off attacks, which is comprised of Dendro. Oh, that's made of Dendro. Now we know. Okay, set it on fire. Aim shots that are great for making precision attacks on enemies' weak spots. Thanks for the tip, bro. Been doing it all the time. All right, a slime that uses a frozen cryo sheet to protect itself. If you use pyro or other reactive elements, perhaps you can break through its defenses. Well, they literally tell you how to break shields in the game. I can't believe we have to make YouTube videos about it. Okay, rock shield wall hilichol guard protects itself from using a shield with geo attributes. Unlike the shields with wheel and the wooden shields, hilichol guards use heavy attacks such as geo elemental attacks, claymores, and overloaded to break the shield. I didn't know overloaded was a good way to break the shield. I guess it is. Yeah. Whoever thought? Moving on. All right. When Pyro meets Hydro, a Vaporize occurs. The effect of Pyro and Hydro will dissipate when Vaporize occurs. Thanks. Okay. Uses a Cryo Shield to protect itself on the Cryo Abyss Mage. Perhaps you can break it down with a Pyro or other elemental attacks. Pro tip: use Pyro to break Cryo Shields. Okay. Hold left Alt. Yeah, we get it. Okay, about Pyro. Pyro attacks can cause beings to become affected by Pyro. When Pyro meets another element, it often triggers elemental reactions. Duh. Okay, Ruin Hunters. A formidable mechanical being found in the ruins. When suspended in midair, it's highly dangerous, but also exposes its core and its head. Okay. Ruin guards. The key weak spots are where the core is exposed on the back of its head and on its back. Try to hit one of them. Yeah, I do that all the time. YouTube video. Okay. When your world level increases, you will gain more bountiful treasures, but the opponents that roam in the world will grow stronger. Thanks for the tip. Okay. When Electro meets Hydro, Electro Charge occurs, and Electro Charge will continuously deal Electro damage until it wears off. Good tip. Animo Hypostasis. Elemental creatures who protect themselves from incoming attacks with a durable shell, finding the opportune moment to land a blow in their elemental core. They are able to control their elemental orb in fights and restore their health when they feel threatened. If you fail to utilize the upcurrents to absorb these orbs, the battle will be significantly harder. Good tip. When Cryo meets Hydro, Frozen occurs. Frozen beings are rendered immobile but also become rock hard. Original Resin. Ooh, tough thing to bring up, dude. Original Resin can be used to vitalize petrified trees found in the domains, as well as leyline blossoms found across Tevat. Doing so will grant you a valuable treasure. It's rough, dude. Original Resin. Oh, more resin. Consumed original resin will gradually regenerate back to its limit over time and can be immediately replenished using Primo Gems. It's like they stick it to you, you know? All right. Elemental reaction, Melt. Okay, when Cryo meets Pyro, Melt occurs, and the Cryo effect, Pyro will dissipate when Melt occurs. Slime that uses large Geo Slime. A slime uses a Geo coating to protect itself. If you use heavy Geo attacks, a Claymore, or strong explosions, basically overload, you should be able to break its through its coating. And that also applies to like Cleese attacks too. How interesting. Fatui Skirmisher. I know you guys have problems with these guys. So Fatui Skirmishers that shoot cryo projectiles in battle, they receive some kind of elemental buff. Perhaps you can use an element that reacts with cryo, pyro, to make the quick work of their buff. Cool. Elemental reaction, overload, fire plus lightning. When pyro meets electro, overload occurs. This results in an explosion, deals with AoE pyro damage, and tears off effortlessly through otherwise sturdy objects. Thanks for the tip. Elemental reaction, electrocharged water. Electrocharge attacks and electrify bodies of water. Electrocharged water deals with electro damage to all beings inside the AoE. So if you stand in electrocharged water, you take damage over time. Thanks. Geo Samchurl. Uses a Geo attribute to form a solid pillar to separate itself from harm. These stone pillars can be destroyed with heavy Geo attacks, claymores attacks, and strong explosions. If you do it swiftly with it, magical power will also vanish. That's why the pillars break when you kill them. Fatui Skirmisher Hydro Legionnaire. This one's a tough one, and I know you guys have problems with this in Abyss. Fatui Skirmishers that shoot Hydro projectiles in battle. They receive some kind of elemental buff. Perhaps using a different element that reacts with Hydro could make quick work of their buff. Bullshit. Is it Dendro? Like, what's the thing, man? Nothing reacts with Hydro to break the freaking water shields faster. Like, it's just every element? Like, what type of element? Is it Dendro? Please be Dendro. Like, when Dendro comes out, you'll let us know, right? Okay, moving on. Being hit by a cryo attack leaves a victim affected by cryo and decreases their movement speed. I didn't know that. I actually did not know cryo characters hit by cryo reduce movement speed. I had no idea. When cryo meets another element, it often triggers the elemental reaction. Very cool. All right, wind currents. Up currents can be sent you soaring high in an instant, jump in it, and your wind glider and enjoy the ride. HP is too low. When your HP is low, HP is really quite important. Chowing down on some loving dishes made by and visiting the 7 statues is a surefire way of restoring your character's HP without a healer. Okay, world level increase. We already read this one, and thank you for the second tip. All right, world level increase. We read this one as well. But sometimes you will need to adventure rank ascension quest to increase your world level. Learn more at the Adventure Guild. Thanks for the tip. Pyro Regisvine. Massive elemental plants that grow underground, and they use their brightly colored flowers to lure in prey, attacking anyone that treads too closely. Perhaps the fruit that appears like pyrochores growing near their roots could be effectively means of dealing damage. So hit the orb at the bottom, and then it breaks the shield, and then you beat the damage. Okay, easy. Water attacks. Barbara, your friend. Okay. Some attacks are better than others for against sturdy objects. Claymores and Overload Exclaimers are both a good example. Thanks for the tip again. Miraculous Animogranum. It's Animogranum. Yeah, it's just gonna put a little space in between for your brain. Keep an eye out for an Animograna. Well, I thought it was an Animogranum, not an Animograna. Okay, when out pops on the adventures with a skill, you can use them to reach high up places that are impossible to reach. So those little things on the ground, you run over 3 of them and a thing shoots up. Oh, I hit the wrong button. All right, Rock Shield Wall Minotaurl. Protects itself from the shield from geo attacks, unlike the shields that wielded by wooden shield Minotaurls. Use heavy attacks such as geo elements, claymores, and overload to break the shield. Elemental reaction, Vaporize. Didn't we already do this one? Vaporize itself does not inflict damage. However, the pyro or hydro attack that triggers the Vaporize deals increased damage. That's why Vaporize is more based on attack. Okay, elemental reaction, Crystallize. This is Geo characters. There's name weighing on the field. When Geo characters come in contact with a hydro, pyro, cryo, or electro element, so basically any element, they will trigger Crystallize. The Crystallize will put these little crystals on the bottom, and you basically run over them, you get shields. So it works. This type of element reaction can generate a corresponding elemental shards, which then provide your character with various elemental shields. Use Crystallize to effectively reduce damage taken in battle. It's a full damage block until the shield breaks. About Hydro. Wet environments and Hydro attacks can cause beings to become affected by Hydro. When Hydro meets another element, it often triggers elemental reaction. So wet does nothing, but fire and ice do something? Weird. Okay, oh. Wet environments and hydro attacks can also cause enemies to be affected by hydro. Yes, when hydro meets other elements, it often... Yeah, okay, thank you. more in the same. Okay, electrohypostasis, basically the exact same. Oh, here we go. When HP is low, it splits into 3 crystalline prisms that can absorb elemental energy. Make sure to destroy them all. You gotta use elemental damage to break them too. And water doesn't work. Placing elemental skills. Some elemental skills produce different effects depending on whether or not you press them or hold them. Thanks for the tip. Leyline blossoms. Don't farm these. These are bad. Leyline openings are generated in response to someone's will. Touch the opening and defeat all opponents. To reveal the leyline blossom, you may want to spend original resin. No. To receive extravagant treasures. No. You just complete them. Actually, it helps you get your weekly battle pass missions done though, and then you don't actually turn them in. Anyways. Attacking weak spots. I already did this one. We'll read it again, I guess. But we did it twice. Hitting an enemy's weak spot can temporarily paralyze and destabilize them. Try to learn enemies' weak spots of each enemy and use them to your advantage. I wonder where all the weak spots are on like the rock spinny dudes. I couldn't find that one. I don't think they have a weak spot. And slimes, I don't think have a weak spot either. Okay, cryoregisfine. Carnivorous plants that use the alluring appearance of their flower. It's basically the exact same thing as a pyroregisfine. Their vine-like stalks surprisingly tough to cut through. Perhaps an organ shaped like cryocore growing near their roots could be the key to defeating them. Thanks for the tip. Obtaining energy. This is a good one. All right. Absorbs elemental orbs and particles to replenish energy. Dealing elemental damage, defeating enemies, or performing other actions might also generate elemental orbs. Elemental orbs and energy, by the way, are the way you can use your ultimate ability. So this is a pro tip. Getting energy from these things is how you can get your ultimate up faster. Mysterious Sealy. Oh. Mysterious beings called Sealy can be found scattered all across Teyavet. If you follow them and help them get to their final destination, perhaps something may happen. Wow. Like what? A chest? Geohypostasis. Elemental creatures that protect themselves from incoming attack with a durable shell. Find an opportune moment to land and blow on their elemental core. They are able to create geoconstructs in fights and restore their health when they feel threatened. You must be able to efficiently destroy the constructs if you want to defeat these creatures. So you use claymores and overload. Basically claymores. Elemental reactions, electrocharge. Did we already do this one? Electricity intermittently arcs off electrocharged beings. Oh. And shocking hydro-affected enemies nearby. Oh. I did not know that. How interesting. Engulfing Storm. Engulfing Storm will continuously drain your character's energy. If you can remove an electro attribute from the character through an elemental reaction, then the debuff will no longer apply. Oh. So you get affected by electro and then your energy gets drained. Huh. I had no idea. Good to know. Shields, combat knowledge. Elemental shields can absorb damage for a character. Thanks. But sustain too much damage and the shield will fail. Of course it will. That's how they work. All right. This is the guy I was talking about. These guys, I don't know where their weak point is. I try shooting the eye, the tail, the back, the belly. Nothing. I can't figure it out. Geovishap hatchling. A small, very nimble lizard hatchling. When attacks are deflected by a character with a shield, it seems to be paralyzed for the moment they recoil. So you run up to them with a shield and they flip over. That's why they flip over sometimes. All right, Hydro Abyss Mage. This is bullshit, by the way. I know it's already bullshit. Using Hydro Coating to protect yourself, perhaps you can break its deals with a Cryo or other elemental attacks that react with Hydro. I knew they didn't have a fucking counter. I knew it. I knew they didn't have a counter. There's no Dendro attacks that are gonna break water shields. You have to use Cryo and then shatter that fucking shield and hope for the best. I knew these guys were bullshit. World level increase. When your world level increases, you will gain more bountiful treasures, but the opponents roaming the world will also grow stronger. Nice. Animogranum. Animograna are curious spirits that will manage to follow you around that will reduce stamina consumption. When animal skills is used on them, you create a word current. I've never seen these guys. How are they just in like Are they just like near the tree? Like the big ass tree? I've never seen them. Wooden shield miniatures. Okay. Ward off his attack using a large wooden shield, which is comprised of dendro. Maybe there's a way to set it on fire. Like with fire. For 2E skirmisher, Geotenter Bracer. For 2E skirmishers that wield staffs to manipulate Geo energy and summon crystallized shields. They will receive some kind of elemental buff. Like Geo Shield? Perhaps using an element that reacts with Geo, like, you know, Geo or a Claymore or Overload, would make quick work of their buff. Thanks for the tip. Elemental reaction Swirl. This is what I want to know. When Anemo meets another element, it can trigger Swirl. Swirl can deal elemental damage, affects beings, and generate further elemental reactions. Damn it. Why don't give me more than that, please? Okay, for 2 each skirmisher, Anime Boxer at Vanguard. The dudes that are bullshit shield warriors that suck you in with their fist. I hate these guys. Okay, for 2 skirmishers that manipulate Anemo energy to support fellow Fatui in battle. They reuse restorative Anemo powers on weakened allied skirmishers who've lost their elemental buffs, allowing them to quickly jump back into the fray. Okay. No tips, just you literally are just telling me, okay. Elemental reaction Burning. Cool. When Pyro meets Dendro, it triggers Burning, which continuously deals Pyro damage until it wears off. Cool. Fatui Skirmisher Electro Hammer Vanguard. I know you guys have trouble with this guy, so if you need trouble with this guy, ice. Okay. Fatui Skirmishers that wield a hammer flowing with electro energy in battle. They receive some kind of elemental buff, perhaps using an element ice. It's ice, cryo. Use cryo against lightning. That reacts with electro, could make super, could work with this bar buff. Cryo. Creates superconduct, breaks the shield really fast. Elemental react Melt. Melt itself does not inflict damage, however, Pyro or Cryo attack that triggers the melt deals increased damage based on your attack. And Cryo into fire does less than fire into Cryo. Eye of the Storm. A dangerous enemy that can summon Hurricane Sphere, which deals sustained damage. Try using the wind current generated in the center to swiftly leave the ground. To do what? Like, how are you going to do anything? You literally just let it shoot it. All right, Elemental Burst. That's your ultimate. That's what it's called. Elemental Burst. Uses Elemental Burst. Note, using Elemental Burst consumes all of the character's energy. Using Elemental Burst. Note, okay. Thank you for the cooldown explanation. Same thing. Okay. Fatui Skirmisher Pyro Slinger Bracer. Fatui Skirmishers that shoot Pyro at projectiles in battle. They receive some kind of elemental buff. It's fire shield. You use water to break it. Perhaps using an element that reacts with pyro, hydro, or water could make quick work of their buff. Thanks. A new domain has been unlocked. Cool. Domains that hide precious treasures. Be sure to explore the domains scattered around the world to find treasures hidden within them. A new domain has been unlocked. Domains hide precious treasures. Pyro Abyss Mages. Uses a pyro shield to protect itself. Perhaps you can break it down with a defense with electro. Electro? You tell people use electro versus pyro. Okay. Well, hydro breaks pyro, but electro is the tooltip? Okay. For overloads to break shields. I guess, sure, whatever. Okay. I guess so. But that is it for all the tooltips from rank 0 to rank 32. How many premium gems did we get? Good luck. Let me know your guesses. Here we go. 62 primo gems. I thought it was going to be way more than that. My name's Sekapoko. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did enjoy the video, of course, like and subscribe. All the fun stuff. And you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.